One of the hardest things to do in life is to change. And as you get older, you realize you can't change anyone else. You can only change yourself. All of us have gone through a relationship, and we swore we were done with them. But most relationships, the first breakup never lasts. You always go back at least one more time. See, not everyone will be addicted to drugs. Not everyone will be a criminal. But just about everyone will go through some type of relationship. Say that they're done with them, break up with them, but then go back with them. Repeat offense. Repeat. Humans are creatures of habit. To change a habit takes extreme focus, the right environment, and a lot of persistence. And that's why I found it very interesting. I was reading an article that they say 2 out of 3 people who committed a crime, went to jail, and got out within 3 years, 2 out of 3, 75% within 3 years go back to jail. They get arrested and then go back to jail. So what does that tell us? That tells us it's going to be very hard to change in life. Whether you're a criminal, lover, drug addict, foodie, whatever. And that's why another thing I'm thinking of is, as soon as someone shows you who they are, believe them. Maya Angelou quote. Sometimes they say, Sam, you cut people off quick. I said, well, I don't like to be a victim of repeat offenses. Because I've had to change my life physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. And I saw how hard it was for me. And how much energy and focus, and how I had to put myself around the right people and sometimes be by myself so that I can change myself for the better. So I want to tell anyone listening, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your criminal history, whether it's your drug history, whether it's your financial history, most people are going to repeat whatever offense it is 75% of the time. 3/4 of the people, the overwhelming majority of the population, will never change. They will repeat their recurring patterns. I find it very interesting now as I get older, and I observe different things. The resume, when you apply for a job, we often think, what is a resume? A resume, the first thought may be, well, the resume is to show your accomplishments. You graduated high school, college, you got certifications. And to a certain degree, that's true. But you know really what a resume is? It's a record of your recurring patterns. As an example, if someone looks at your work history and you quit your job every 12 months for the past 5 to 10 years, or you have a gap in your resume for 5 to 10 years, it shows that you're inconsistent, and the chances of you getting hired and staying with this company long term are very small. So you're a high risk hire. That's what a resume is. It shows your patterns of behavior more than it shows if you have a master's degree. And the lesson in this is to focus on yourself, to change yourself. You have to separate from other people who are not changing, which is the vast majority of society. And that's why sometimes if you ever get arrested or you get on parole, one of your requirements is not to hang around other people who have a criminal record. Because if you're high risk and you put yourself around other high risk people, now you're done. Same thing with a relationship. If you break up with someone, but you're still friends with their friends or their family, okay, you're still talking to their mother, oh, you bastard, you're going right back. You're going to repeat offense. Why do you think people look up to see who's a sexual, who has a sexual criminal record within their community? Because it's dangerous to have your child in that area. That person has a high likelihood of repeat offense. And so this is not for judgment of others. This is for observation of society, so you can focus on yourself. Do what you need to do to change, because it's going to be very hard to change yourself, and that's the only person you can change. And build up good patterns of behavior, okay? And that's going to take a lot of focus, a lot of effort, and a lot of the right environment, okay? You may have to separate from your mother, your friends, your family, and you're going to have to do a lot of work on you, even when you're in the right environment. I learned this in church. Church got me in a better environment with people trying to do better things. But also, if I didn't go home out of church, do the work, research, work on myself physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, I would have been Still unhealthy because a lot of people in the church just went to the church for the church to save them. They didn't go home and do the work. And so, you got to do the work. You can go to Weight Watchers. You got to do the work. Yeah. You have a cheat day you have a cheat day after your weigh-in day. That's the keto diet mentality. So everything can help you, but a lot of things can hurt you. And you got to, guys, 75% of people will repeat an offense, whatever it is, criminal, relationship, whatever. Okay. Don't try to change people. Don't even worry about judging people unless you're on a jury. But what you need to do is work on yourself and understand how hard it's going to be to get yourself where you need to be. That's intensity. That's focus. What's the difference between a laser and a light focus? What's the difference between a repeat offender and someone who changes their life? Focus, the grace of God, hard work, and put yourself in the right environment. Click that thumbs up, share the video. If you leave a nasty comment, chances are I'll block you. Or even if it's not nasty, if it's something like, man, we don't connect at all, we're on different mindsets, I'll block. Why? Chances are you're going to repeat that type of mindset. That's who you are. We're different. Doesn't mean I'm better than you, but it means I know what I need to do to put myself in a healthy place. The quicker you realize that in life, guys, give people grace, give people love. But a lot of times I get a lot of enablers, which I love. I love empathy. That's a very important quality. But an abuser and enabler will repeat their offenses. An abuser will be with an enabler because an enabler believes in empathy more than boundaries. An abuser believes in they don't have to change. They don't have to humble themselves to change. They don't have to say they're wrong and they failed and work on themselves. They're too prideful. But an enabler says, I feel sorry for them because they don't want to work on themselves. So two fucked up people live a fucked up life. And other people, including their children, have to suffer. You better change your fucking life. That's the message in this video.